I thought I better get up here before another Jim. Carl Schmitz. We've been on a journey for a while. Why am I going to cry? This is happy news. About 2 years ago, we were camping, and prior to that, we had got licensed as foster care. The licensing itself was quite a God thing. We had no less than 3 people in a week say, "Hey, do you guys, we're going to start doing foster care," and we'd been talking about adoption and fostering. We thought, okay. So, kind of on a whim, almost on a whim, on God's leading, we called the agency, and they said, "Hey, we have an introduction meeting tonight." Shelley's like, "Great, but we'll never get a babysitter." So the first person we call, I'm just freed up, so I'll come over. So we went to that. We said, "Great, well, how do we get licensed?" Well, we have a training session that starts next week, and it all just fell into place very, very quickly. We got our placement. That lasted for a few months, and then that boy moved on, and we had taken a break for a while. So I'll fast forward to about 2 years ago. We were camping up in Big Rapids area, and had been on a break from having any calls, anything from the agency. And it had been several months since they had called, because they're like, well, and we just weren't in a place in our lives where we were ready to accept any more placements. And these friends of ours up in Big Rapids, we were sitting on their porch, that I mentioned it was Big Rapids. We were sitting on their porch, and they have 5 kids, so a small family. And they were talking, "Are you guys going to have any more kids? What are you going to do with foster care? Are you going to have?" Well, we're on a break for a while, and as we're talking, Shelley's phone's ringing, and of course we're in a conversation, so we ignored the phone. She went in to get some water, and you checked the messages, and she said, "You wouldn't believe it. It was the agency calling." And I was like, "But we're on a break." So, and again, I don't know why I'm crying. So the break, thanks. So we thought, well, we'll pray about it and we'll talk about it. And we told the agency, "Hey, you know what? Let us call you back in a little bit. We're just talking to some friends." So we're camping in Big Rapids. And as we're driving into the city, literally to our campground from visiting our friends, there's a sign right here, "Welcome to Big Rapids." And Shelley's talking to the agency. "Well, we've been talking about it. We're not sure. We're actually camping. Give us a couple days." And they said, "Great. But just let you know, these kids are in Big Rapids." So, yeah, I'd say that was a sign. So we talked about it. Said, "Yeah, that sounds good. We'd love to have them." We went camping. We were telling the kids about it, our 2 kids, and they're very excited. And they're actually writing letters and getting okay, we can get the rooms ready, and this is where they can stay. So we get back home from camping, and at 4 o'clock that day, the girls are supposed to come down. They're not there yet. And the agency called and said, or we got a call from the people that were bringing the girls down, and, "Hey, we're on our way. Let's get the address." Great. And then about an hour later, we get a call from the agency, and this is odd that the agency's not talking to the delivery people. But they said, "Hey, by the way, the girls are not coming to your house. They're going to biological grandparent." So we're like, "Okay, but you should probably call the lady that's bringing them down right now, because they're on the way." And they're like, "Oh, they're not there." So that was kind of a twist up. But I really think God was looking at us saying, "Are you willing? Are you going to take that step?" Because after we said yes, and after everything was in place, the girls were on their way. And then they said, "Nope, they're not coming." And again, I don't know why I'm crying. So just a couple days later, the agency called back and said, "You know what, those girls didn't come. However, there's these other 2 girls." And it's been a kind of an interesting twist of events, because we have another couple that are friends that have been taking foster care as well. And it seems like every placement we get, they go there first for a couple weeks, and then they come to us. So the agency, "Hey, so-and-so have the girls." We're like, "Oh, well, we know them, so we'll call them." And those are the girls that we're with now. Now, in the last 2 years, we joke because we got Foster Parents of the Year, and literally it was something that the agency, I don't say that to toot my own horn. It's nothing that what we did. It's simply what we endured. We had 8 CPS referrals during those 2 years. We had a lot of court dates, a lot of time. But just last week we got a notice that August 20th, we're going to court for the finalization and the placement of the girls. So. Is it the lights or is the spirit more powerful up here? I had this whole thing in my mind that it was going to be easy to come up here. After everything that we've gone through, starting on August 20th, I think sometime in the afternoon, we're going back to court. And the cool thing is, Amira, of course, doesn't know, but Becca just met a friend of ours last week. And as soon as she did, hi, Miss Beth, I'm getting adopted. So she's very excited about it. So. They'll be a permanent part of our family here just in another couple months.